We will now move into our second plenary session of the day on Make in India for the World. The Convergence Foundation to join us on stage, please. Mr. Shobhit Jain, Joint Secretary, Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports. Mr. R. Vinil Krishna, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Mr. Sanjeev Singh, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. May I also welcome Mr. Rajesh Kharbanda, Mr. Neeraj Jain, Director, Costco India, Mr. Rakesh Kohli, Managing Director, Stag International, Mr. Shiv Prakash Singh, Managing Director, Shiv Naresh. May I request Mr. Rajesh Kharbanda to welcome Mr. Shobhit Jain, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports.
On behalf of all the delegates, the organizing committee, and
Mr. R. Vinil Krishna, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Mr. Sanjeev Singh, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. May I now invite Mr. Piyush Doshi to kindly take the session forward.
Hello. Am I audible? Thank you, everyone. It's a wonderful panel here. When I was growing up, there was this thing which we always used to be told कि पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो बनोगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे तो होगे खराब. But here is a wonderful panel which proves that that was not, absolutely not true. आप खेल कूद के भी नाम भी कमा सकते हो और धन भी कमा सकते हो. So wonderful to be talking to this panel. To just kick us off, I think we will cover a wide range of topics, but to just start things off, I would request Sanjeev Singh from DPIIT to, you have a lot of interest and passion and understanding of the sector. Just share with us your thoughts on the sector. Where are the opportunities? और इसमें बाजार क्या करेगा, market, companies क्या करेंगी और सरकार क्या कर सकती है? Just your views because I know you have to leave early.
Thank you, Piyush ji. And dear panelists and friends, सबसे पहले तो मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि आज मुझे एक बड़ी पुरानी याद ताज़ा हो गई. जब मैं DPIIT में ज्वाइन किया था तो मैंने जो सबसे फर्स्ट VC की थी वो स्पोर्ट्सकॉम के साथ ही की थी. उस समय मुझे पता नहीं था कि that is being recorded and that will be put on the net also. So I was little more candid than I should have been. I always thought that this was a normal conversation. But anyways, I am very happy that I am here. Not because I am joint secretary in DPIIT, but I love sports. कोहली साहब के साथ टेनिस खेलते हैं, इनका कॉस्को का बॉल, सर का निविया, सर का सिव. I have used products of each of them, so I couldn't say no to coming here and share my views. मैं बहुत साफ शब्दों में कहना चाहूँगा कि आज इस इंडस्ट्री के पास बहुत कुछ है, पर अभी और बहुत कुछ करने की आवश्यकता है. आज हमारे एटलीस्ट दो क्लस्टर्स मेरठ में हो, जालंधर में हो, दे आर वेल नोन. बट स्टिल दिस इज़ ए फैक्ट कि आज भी हमको कूकाबुरा बॉल यूज़ करना पड़ता है, इंपोर्ट करना पड़ता है. हमको अगर अच्छे स्पोर्ट्स गियर की ज़रूरत होती है तो हमें इंपोर्ट करना पड़ता है. जबकि भारत में मैं स्टार्टअप्स भी इंसिडेंटली देखता हूँ और स्टार्टअप्स में बहुत अच्छे स्टार्टअप आ रहे हैं. पता नहीं आप में से ग्रेट स्टार्टअप का नाम आपने सुना है कि नहीं सुना है. ये श्रीनगर की एक स्टार्टअप है जिसके बनाए हुए बल्ले से बहुत सारी विदेशी टीम्स भी खेल रही हैं. बट अगेन द डायनेमिक्स इज देयर दैट इन इंडिया नोबडी प्लेज with the great bat because वो स्पॉन्सरशिप का मसला रहता है। तो ये सब चैलेंजेस हैं और रहेंगे, पर जो देखने वाली बात ये है कि कैसे ये इंडस्ट्री अपने को ग्लोबल चैंपियन बनाए। और हाँ, सरकार कितना मदद कर पाएगी ये तो समय बताएगा। वी हैव बीन ऑलवेज ट्राइंग टू हेल्प द इंडस्ट्री एंड वन ऑफ द सजेशंस दैट जो इंटरनेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन होता है वो बहुत ही महंगा होता है और बहुत ही ज़रूरी है। तो उसके लिए प्रोबेबली हमको काम करना चाहिए जिसमें हम हेल्प कर सकें। अभी हम भारत सरकार टॉयज़ पे भी एक पॉलिसी ला रही है और मैं रिक्वेस्ट ये करूँगा कि दोनों बहुत ही कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री सेक्टर हैं। सो जब तक स्पोर्ट्स की कोई स्पेसिफिक स्कीम नहीं आती है तब तक आप लोगों से गुजारिश रहेगी कि उस स्कीम को भी देखें, क्योंकि जो टॉय में बस एक सिंपल डेफिनेशन है, एनीथिंग विच इज़ यूज बिलो द एज ऑफ 14 ईयर्स, और स्पोर्ट्स इज़ फॉर एवरीथिंग। तो बस थोड़ा सा उसको अगर आप कैलिब्रेट करते हैं। एंड अभी मेरी बात हो रही थी राजेश जी से, और उसमें एक मुद्दा निकल के आया जैसे मोल्ड्स। तो हम लोग की कोशिश होनी चाहिए कि अब मोल्ड्स कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है। हम इनफैक्ट रॉकेट साइंस की बात की जाए तो आज भारत स्पेस में वो झंडे गाड़ रहा है जो आज से पहले किसी ने 5 साल पहले कल्पना नहीं की थी। वर्ल्ड का एक अग्निकुल नाम का हमारा एक स्टार्टअप है जिसने वर्ल्ड का फर्स्ट 3D प्रिंटेड सेमी क्रायोजेनिक इंजन बनाया है। तो जलस दानी साहब सर का एक से एक ड्रोन बन रहे हैं। तो चीज़ें बन रही हैं, ज़रूरत है कि कैसे उसको हम अपने सेक्टर में लेके आएँ। और जब मैं बात जो मोल्ड्स की कर रहा था, तो हम लोग जैसे मैं एयर कंडीशनर के PLI देखता हूँ, वहाँ भी हमने जो BLDC फैंस होते हैं उसमें हमने कर रखा है कि केवल 60% जो है वो AC इंडस्ट्री के लिए, एंड दे आर फ्री टू सेल इट टू any other sector. So if the sports industry comes for toy sector also, they will have to fulfill a minimum of 60%, and if need arise 40% they can supply to their own sport ecosystem. So इस तरह की चीज़ें की जा सकती हैं और हौसलों का उड़ान रखना है। और ये बहुत अपकमिंग सेक्टर है। अनफॉर्चुनेटली कई बार मुझे लगता है कि शायद ये सेक्टर उतना अपने जो डिमांड्स हैं उसको शायद उतने प्रॉपरली ढंग से हर जगह नहीं ले पाया है। आप लोग सब अपने में इंडिविजुअल स्टार हो, पर संघ में शक्ति होती है, मिल के आप लोग काम करें। तो मुझे विश्वास है कि स्पोर्ट्स में वो दिन दूर नहीं है जब हमारे बॉल से वर्ल्ड कप खेला जाए। ये पाकिस्तान से तो हम लोग बेटर ही है ना, नहीं क्यों? तो कोई रीजन नहीं है कि पेशावर को जालंधर बीट नहीं कर सकता है। ज़रूरत बस केवल इस बात की है कि हम उस तरह से इसको सोच के एक कंसर्टेड एफर्ट होना चाहिए और हम लोग आपस में मिलजुल के बैठ के बात करें। और एक और लास्ट में मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि इंगेजमेंट स्पोरेडिक नहीं होना चाहिए कि आज आपने बहुत अच्छी एक यहाँ पे वर्कशॉप कर ली, कॉन्फ्रेंस कर ली, बट इट हैज़ टू बी एन ऑन गोइंग प्रोसेस। एंड वो वुड पेकर अप्रोच जिसे कहते हैं, प्रोबली दैट ऑलवेज यील्ड्स रिजल्ट। आप कोशिश करते रहें कहीं ना कहीं। अब जैसे देखिए, अगेन आप लोगों को आपस में एक सामंजस्य लाने की ज़रूरत है उस दिन का। और जैसे अभी मेरी आते समय जलज सर से बात हो रही थी QCO को लेके। QCO इज़ नॉट बैड, उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें अच्छाइयाँ भी हैं और जहाँ दिक्कत है उस दिक्कतों को दूर किया जाएगा। आज आपके QCO जो है, अब ये इंडस्ट्री को डिसाइड करने की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि आफ्टर स्टेक होल्डर कंसल्टेशन ही QCO लाया जाता है। तो प्रोबेबली हो सकता है हम शटल बनाने में समर्थ, शटल के फेदर्स इंपोर्ट करना पड़े, पर शटल बनाने में तो हम कर सकते हैं। आज आपके जिम इक्विपमेंट्स है, देयर इज नो रीजन व्हाई वी शुड इंपोर्ट। जो उसमें एज फार एज आई रिमेंबर देयर वर अबाउट 15 स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड ऑलमोस्ट 12-13 वी आर सेल्फ सफिशिएंट। तो ये तो इंडस्ट्री को आगे आना होगा और अपनी डिमांड बुलंद करनी होगी कि इन सेक्टर्स में आप क्यूसीओ लेके आए। अब जैसे एक मैं देखा जो डंबल्स होते हैं उसको अगर इंपोर्ट करना पड़ रहा है तो ठीक है, जो इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, एंड मेरा मानना है कि इसमें कोई रॉकेट साइंस, अगेन आई विल कम बैक टू रॉकेट साइंस, की वो उसमें भी अपना इंडिया में आसानी से प्रोडक्शन कर सकते हैं। अभी मैं एक एग्जांपल देना चाहूँगा, ये कैबिनेट हिंजेज का। इंडिया में एक कैबिनेट हिंजेज आज से 2 साल पहले नहीं बन रहा था, अभी हैफले हाइफर जितने लोग हैं सब बनाने लग गए। मनसा नहीं थी, नॉट दैट कि उनके पास पैसे की कोई कमी थी, उनके पास टेक्नोलॉजी की कमी थी, बस केवल एक वो इच्छा शक्ति नहीं थी। ठीक है, काम चल रहा है। तो आज स्पोर्ट्स इंडस्ट्री को भी ये सोचना होगा। आज मैं आपको एक उदाहरण देना चाहूँगा, स्क्रू इंडिया में 50-60 रुपये किलो आ रहा था, जबकि स्टील का दाम ही अगर कोई डील करते होंगे 70-75 रुपये किलो है। कैसे 50-60 रुपये किलो आ सकता है? तो इंडिया में डंपिंग हो रही थी, वहाँ की इंडस्ट्री खड़ी हुई, रोज रोया गाया, हर दिन हर किसी के पास जाके मिले। तो आज उस इंडस्ट्री के पास क्यूसीओ भी है, एमआईपी भी है और एंटी डंपिंग भी। तो वो प्रयास करना होगा, क्योंकि तीनों 3 जगह से हुआ। तो वही स्पोर्ट्स इंडस्ट्री को भी मैं यही रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा। और आप लोग, सबसे बड़ी बात है कि आप उस स्टेज पर पहुंच चुके हो जहां से छलांग लगाना है। इट्स नॉट दैट यू आर, मतलब यू हैव टू स्टार्ट, यू आर ऑलरेडी क्वाइट अप ऑन द लैडर एंड नाउ यू हैव टू थिंक दैट हाउ इंडिया बिकम्स द स्पोर्टिंग हब। आई हैव बीन टोल्ड पूरे वर्ल्ड में ग्लोबल ट्रेड $417 बिलियन का, जबकि आप देखो चाहे साइकिल हो या टॉयज हो, किसी में 100 बिलियंस का नहीं। और प्रोबेबली इंडिया में बहुत अधिक, मैं ज़्यादा तो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बाकी सब
आप बहुत बड़ी एक्सरे किया आपने पैनल का पूरा।
नहीं, मैं बस और ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगा। बस ये कहूँगा कि यार DPIIT वी आर ऑलवेज देयर, चाहे हमारे पास रहे या ना रहे। और व्यक्तिगत रूप से मैं हमेशा से स्पोर्ट्स से जुड़ा रहा हूँ, तो और मैं चाहूँगा भी कि मेरी अगर कहीं से भी इंडस्ट्री को किसी प्रकार की ज़रूरत है तो मैं हमेशा साथ रहूँगा। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Sanjeev ji. I think you have set the stage well for other panelists from industry to come in. क्योंकि the reason we are talking about exports today is exports are special. आज अगर मैं पूछूं 5 साल पहले इंडिया में जेवलिन थ्रो में कौन चैंपियन था, इस रूम में कितने बता पाएंगे? कोई भी एक है जो बता पाएगा कि इंडिया का टॉप जेवलिन थ्रो प्लेयर कौन था, राइट? और आज इसमें से रूम में कोई एक भी है जो बता पाएगा कि आज कौन है, जो नहीं बता पाए कि आज कौन है, राइट? बिकॉज विनिंग इन द ग्लोबल मार्केट इज स्पेशल. And it is not just special from an achievement perspective, but it's also special from an economic perspective. क्योंकि outside of food and some basic items, India is basically 2 to 3% of world market. तो अगर हमें grow करना है, if we want to be known globally, then there is no choice but for us to look at the global landscape, for us to think how we can win globally. तो एटलीस्ट यहाँ से हम शुरुआत तो करें कि हमारा टारगेट ये है कि हमें दुनिया का जो, अगर आज 100 रुपये का स्पोर्ट्स गुड्स मार्केट है, तो एज अवर पॉपुलेशन इज 25%, हमें वैसे तो 25% का टारगेट करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये लेबर इंटेंसिव सेक्टर है और हमारे पास दुनिया की 25% लेबर है। तो अगर 25% से कम हमारा मार्केट शेयर है दुनिया के स्पोर्ट्स गुड्स में, तो हम कहीं ना कहीं अंडर अचीव कर रहे हैं. So let this discussion be about how will we bridge that gap from where we are today, which is, I think we have about 1% market share in overall sports goods industry in the world. We have a 25% target. We can feel very depressed कि हम इतने कम हैं, और we can feel very optimistic कि हमारे लिए इतनी बड़ी opportunity है और हमारे पास लेबर फोर्स है, दुनिया की यंगेस्ट लेबर फोर्स है, तो ये लेबर फोर्स हमें जिता सकती है. तो इस पॉइंट पे मैं यहाँ से डिस्कशन शुरू करना चाहूँगा, बिकॉज वी हैव पीपल फ्रॉम वेरियस सब सेक्टर्स इन द स्पोर्टिंग गुड इंडस्ट्री. I want each one of you to take about your area of specialization and talk to us about how do you see the opportunity in this your sector. कितना बड़ा opportunity है और उसमें हमारा gap कितना बड़ा है, क्योंकि जैसे 100 मीटर की बात करें, आज वर्ल्ड चैंपियन 9 सेकंड में अगर पूरा कर रहा है, 9 साढ़े 9 सेकंड में, और हमारा चैंपियन अगर 13 सेकंड में पूरा कर रहा है, तो बड़ा गैप है. हमें कम से कम 10-15 साल चाहिए पूरी मेहनत करें. अगर हम ऑलरेडी 10 सेकंड पे हैं तो हम अगले ओलंपिक में शायद गोल्ड मेडल ला सकते हैं. तो आई वॉन्ट यू टू टॉक अबाउट कितना बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी है और उसमें हमारा गैप कितना है. वी विल सेपरेटली टॉक अबाउट वो गैप फुल करने के लिए क्या जरूरत है, व्हाट आर द न्यू सेक्टर्स इन विच वी कैन स्टार्ट विनिंग एटसेट्रा. एंड आई विल कम टू अवर 2 esteemed panelists from government later, Shobhit ji and Vinil ji, to then respond, because obviously when industry talks about it, some of the requests will be to the government. So yeah, I think Sanjeev ji needs to leave, but thank you so much for coming here.
Sorry, I would have loved to stay here, but I have a very, very important meeting, so I have to leave, and I look forward to connect again. And I'm really sorry, because I would have loved to hear each one of you, but I have to go.
So before you leave, I would request Mr. Neeraj Jain to felicitate Mr. Singh. Thank you so much.
सर जाते जाते एक कमेंट आपको दे दूं, अगर हमने बॉल नहीं बनाई पर हर जो बॉल खेली जाती है उसके अंदर ब्लैडर इंडिया से जाता है. जो भी वर्ल्ड कप की बॉल है उसके अंदर ब्लड यहीं से जाता है. कुछ चीजें रह गई,
वो दिखता नहीं है, वो दिखे तब
दिख जाए. आगे से वो भी कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि दिखे.
सर दिखने की जहाँ तक बात है, अगर आप स्टैक टेबल्स की बात करें तो चाहे वो जूनियर वर्ल्ड कप है, चाहे यूथ ओलंपिक्स है, हर एक मेजर इवेंट में स्टैक के टेबल्स खेले गए हैं एक्सेप्ट कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स इन इंडिया. सो आई एम सॉरी टू से, लेकिन अगर इंडियन ब्रांड्स हिंदुस्तान में प्रमोट नहीं होंगे तो शायद वो गैप बना रहेगा.
तो maybe I start with you, Rakesh ji. I understand you specialize in table tennis equipment amongst other things. That's not the only one, but for you to decide. But maybe you can talk to us about the sector, 1 or 2 sectors which you know most about. How do you see the opportunity? और हमारा कितना गैप है global competitiveness में?
So if we talk about table tennis, our product has been used in every major event all across the globe, whether it is the Youth Olympics or it's the World Cup or it is a Junior World Championship or Asian Championship. It has been used everywhere. Now, if you talk about the volumes, in 2021 and 2022, during the pandemic, we did 40,000 outdoor tables for US alone. And in US, I mean, we normally manufacture about 30,000 tables a year or 35,000 tables a year. But in that particular year, we did about 70,000 tables. But in US alone, there are companies who are doing 300,000 tables. And US market is not even 10% of the Chinese market. So if you see overall, what we are doing in India may be not more than 2 to 3% of the global market as far as table tennis tables is concerned, and same is the case with accessories. So there is a big gap and there is a huge opportunity. Now, scaling up from the Youth Olympics to the Olympics as such, it needs government support because there's a lot of money which is required for sponsorships. I mean, having said that, today we sponsor more than 100 countries worldwide. Table tennis has got 226 recognized associations across the globe, and Stag brand is available in each and every 226 countries. So, thank you so much. And we have much wider range than any of the major brands from India. As far as not only in sports, but if you consider about the Tatas or if you consider about the Ambanis, or they will not also be present in 226 countries. So what I mean to say here is that sports is a great leveler. Our volumes are very small, but our reach is very big. So I have always been propagating that build brand India through Indian brands. So we have about 40-50 top brands from India who need the hand holding from the government. If the government can promote these brands, whether by way of certifications or whether by way of sponsorships, I think we can go a long way. So this is about table tennis. We also do pickleball now in India, and we are the first rollable pickleball courts in the world. We started 2.5 years as a startup. We made a new company, and today our pickleball courts have been used in the US Open. It has been used in the US Nationals. In the last week, it was the English Open where we had our pickleball courts. Then the World Cup was played on our pickleball courts. So what I mean to say is that the quality, that is always acceptable. It's already acceptable. We have done so much work on that. But the hand-holding still needs to be done by the government. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you have opened it up nicely by pointing us to existing opportunity in table tennis and an emerging opportunity in pickleball, which you are already going after. And it's glad to see that you see that Indian companies can conquer it. We'll come back to you in terms of what is needed. I do want to actually mix it up. While I said, I'll come to you towards the end, Shobhit. But maybe it is useful to have some starting comments from you as well. And maybe as a reaction, right? That where do you think government can come in, or in general, what's your view in terms of where is the opportunity, given you work in sports, but you have also worked at DPIT in Commerce Ministry, etc., right?
Yeah, thank you very much. Couple of things that I would like to say before I respond to that call for, I would say, assistance to the industry. पहली चीज़, जब हम ब्रांडिंग की बात कर रहे हैं तो ब्रांड इंडिया की बात कर रहे हैं, उसके पहले हमें स्पोर्ट्स इंडस्ट्री की रिकॉग्निशन, उसकी महत्व की बात करनी है. तो आई थिंक पहला स्टेप हो चुका है. अगर आई डोंट नो इफ द हाउस इज अवेयर, वी हैव अ न्यू नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स पॉलिसी नोन एज खेलो भारत पॉलिसी. अब उसके अंदर 5 वर्टिकल थे. एक वर्टिकल जो कि बहुत रेडिकली डिफरेंट पहली बार गवर्नमेंट ने अप्रोच पकड़ी है. हमेशा हम बात करते हैं एथलीट की, एथलीट सेंट्रिक अप्रोच की, नो डाउट. सारा काम इसी बात पे हो रहा है कि एथलीट्स आएँ, मेडल्स मिलें, लेकिन एक पूरा वर्टिकल स्पोर्ट्स इकोनॉमी पे डेवलप्ड है, डेडिकेटेड. सो कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू अस ऑल. आई वुड से कि दिस होल थिंग, this economy is larger than sports goods manufacturing. It is about sports tourism, concert economy. It is about sports goods manufacturing. It is about innovation. It is about technology. The whole idea is sports बढ़े तो उससे डिमांड बढ़ेगी. हम सब क्या करेंगे अगर स्पोर्ट्स को इम्बाइब नहीं कर रहा तो खरीदेगा कौन? और स्पोर्ट्स भी तब बढ़ेगा जब उसके पास इजीली एक्सेसिबल, अफोर्डेबल इक्विपमेंट और टेक होगा. क्योंकि आज की तारीख में स्पोर्ट्स हैज़ बिकम वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव. इन फैक्ट आई वुड से फ्रॉम अ लेमैन पर्सपेक्टिव, नाउ देयर इज काइंड ऑफ अ हैव नॉट ऑल्सो in this sphere. It's not about a playground now. It is about, if you're really thinking of competing, do you have accessibility to the nuances that the very competitive international world has brought in? So we are talking about this whole vertical. So and this is not a sports ministry niti. It is Government of India. It is a national sports policy where we are talking about it, imbibed by all. Sanjeev ji has left, but imbibed by all verticals of the government. So it is irrespective के कौन सा vertical किसको action करना है, and we are talking about a whole of government approach. So this topic has been forefronted. It was being, last year also I was at this conclave, we were talking about it. Now at least पहला documentation, पहला commitment from the government is there. Secondly, जब हम ब्रांडिंग की बात करते हैं तो इसमें there are various means. Now the whole idea is कि हम स्पोर्ट्स गुड्स जो हम इंडिया में ऑलरेडी एक सर्टेन लेवल तक पहुंच चुके हैं, इसको इंटरनेशनली आगे बढ़ाना है. नाउ हियर लाइज द जॉब ऑफ इंटीग्रेटिंग आवर अप्रोचेस. आई टेल यू हाउ. आप सब लोग कॉमर्स के साथ इंटरेक्ट करते रहे हैं, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल इन द स्टेज एंड हाफ ऑफ द ऑडियंस हैज़ बिन वर्किंग इन द इंटरनेशनल मार्केट. There are schemes running over there. It's the only question of prioritizing our segment out there. There are outfits like India Brand Equity Foundation, which have been actually forefronting the Indian products outside, but sports goods manufacturing nahi raha hai. I've been deputy CEO over there, I know. So we need to actually harness whatever the government verticals have for actionalizing this kind of thing. So I agree with what he's saying is we need to tell our story internationally also. And it is then I would mark, because I worked with other industries. It is, I don't want to name the industries out there because then it has meanings. The moment we go internationally, it is one brand with the another. We are not talking about that. We are talking about India. So it is about Bharat brands that we are talking about, that we all have the capacity to deliver. And मैं थोड़ा सा इसको ना कहीं और बात करता हूँ, क्योंकि अभी क्या है, वी आर वेरी नीश इंडस्ट्री. टुमारो वी इफ वी आर बिग, यू विल हैव द सेम चैलेंजेस कमिंग अप. ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री, वी हैव डन अ वेरी ग्रेट जॉब. Two factors. One, they got organized, they actually developed themselves. Many factors why they were able to do. Secondly, they were serving a very robust Indian market. So they had a certain level of protection at that one point of time. Now, यहाँ पे there's a difference. You have a domestic market which is growing today. It is growing exponentially. So जब हम इंटरनेशनल बात कर रहे हैं, मैं तो एक और चैलेंज कर रहा हूं कि वी हैव टू सर्व आवर इंडियन मार्केट. अब इंडियन मार्केट सर्व्ड है, बट सर्व इट प्रोफेशनली. हाउ? दैट मीन्स आज कोई बच्चा अगर कहीं फुटबॉल खेल रहा है, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं कि उसको फीफा एक्रेडिटेड बॉल से खेलना चाहिए, बट उसको एक लेवल पता होना चाहिए कि ये बॉल उस लेवल की है. इट मे नॉट बी फीफा एक्रेडिटेड, वन स्टेप बिलो, but is it quality standard? So as an industry, we will also have to develop quality standards for our own, possibly non-sporting levels also. स्कूल के अंदर बच्चे खरीदते हैं बॉल, स्कूल्स खरीदते हैं, वहाँ जाते हैं. They are not always about tournaments. So we need to work on that level to grow the organized market. That is what I'm trying to say. We will also have to actually eye our own domestic market in the organized sector, grow it there also. So the whole idea is we need to put our brains together to get those standards. I'm talking only voluntary standards. I'm not talking about quality control orders, which many times, if need be, can come in. If not need be, if they come in, they actually distort the market. So that policy enforcement issue apart, I am only talking about voluntary, because if we make a brand out of this, okay, there is a kind of a quality standard, and that is also branded, whether through BIS or through other means, and this ball is of that nature, that level, then also this branding happens, at least domestically. Internationally, yes. So that is one part of it. Second, I had a take on many approaches that need to be done today. I'll be little going further than the query that way. Hindustan की story आज is amazing story. We have to do something like UPI with this industry. आज बाहर से लोग आते हैं, वो UPI देख के अमेज हो जाते हैं, कहते हैं ये क्या है. It is beyond their means to understand what has happened. So we need to do that kind of. Why I'm giving you an example, not from anything coming as a joint secretary working in sports. It's coming from a father. ठीक है ना? बच्चा खेलता था, टीटी खेलता था. एक दिन आता है, बोलता पापा मेरे को ना एक सर्टेन रैकेट चाहिए. तो मैं बोला किसका? कहते किसका नहीं, कोच ने बोला है उसके ऊपर रबर हम लगाएंगे, एक पर्टिकुलर आता है वो ही लगा के देंगे. That's a story, ground zero reality, non-sporting event. बच्चा से खेलना शुरू किया है. Why I'm saying and I'm relating it to something that we need to innovate, क्योंकि आज स्टार्टअप की बात हुई थी, and I think it's the flavor is startup today. We have everything with us today to deliver something which is unimaginable. Why I'm saying it's कोच लगा रहा है, वो कौन सी गम यूज़ कर रहा है, कौन सा लेयर लगा रहा है, भगवान जाने, अच्छा ही कर रहा होगा, मैं ये बना ही कर रहा हूँ. लेकिन इट इज़ अबाउट स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन, ट्रांसपेरेंसी एंड लॉजिस्टिक्स. सो व्हाट आई नीड इज द अमेजन स्टोरी कमिंग ओवर हियर. इफ अ स्टार्टअप कैन एक्चुअली ब्रिंग दैट, ये बड़े लोग नहीं कर पाएंगे, दे आर टू बिग एलिफेंट्स. तो यू नीड अ वेरी न्यूबाइल काइंड ऑफ इंडस्ट्री आउट देयर कि सर ये मेरी चीज़ें हैं, मैं आपको ये अश्योर करता हूँ, मैं आपको सर्विस कर सकता हूँ, ऑर्डर दीजिए, जाएगा, नहीं आएगा, वापस आएगा, मैं करेक्शन करके वापस भेजता हूँ। मेरी आज लॉजिस्टिक इंडस्ट्री इज गेयर्ड ऑलमोस्ट गांव-गांव तक। अमेज़न पहुँच गया था। वी आर डिलीवरिंग स्टफ एट सम लेवल्स दैट द वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड इज अमेज्ड। आज आप वेस्ट में जाइए, आपको रिटर्न करना है, आपको मॉल पे जाके देना पड़ता है। हमारे यहाँ आता है, वापस जाता है। वी हैव दैट थिंग, वी हैव 10 minutes डिलीवरी। सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज देयर इज अ होल मार्केट फॉर कस्टमाइज्ड प्रोडक्ट्स कमिंग थ्रू, एंड दैट इज वेटिंग टू बी अनलॉक्ड डोमेस्टिकली अगेन। अभी I am trying to get our own industry unlocked for the domestic thing. That's what my thought is. And you have all the ingredients ready around you. Tech है, portals हैं, बहुत कम कॉस्ट के ऊपर आज कपड़े हमारे स्टिच हो जाते हैं ऑनलाइन। यू हैव अ डेडिकेटेड नीश ऐप, आपने उसके ऊपर आप पसंद करिए, आप उसके अंदर डाल दीजिए, वो आ जाता है प्रोडक्ट। लेकिन स्पोर्ट्स कोर्स में नहीं होता। मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ एब्सोल्यूट नीड का। नॉर्मल एथलीट्स कैन मैनेज मेनी थिंग्स, पैरा उसका तो हर चीज प्रोडक्ट नीड्स टू बी कस्टमाइज्ड। मतलब आज पैरा इज बीइंग रन बाय अ लॉट ऑफ philanthropy people, NGOs, but their genre is not customization। वो उसकी जो व्हील चेयर आएगी वो मोबिलिटी ओरिएंटेड है, गेम ओरिएंटेड नहीं है। अब मेरे को गेम ओरिएंटेड चाहिए, उसमें भी फर्दर कस्टमाइजेशंस चाहिए। तो आई नीड अ होल स्केल ऑफ इंडस्ट्री हु कैन डिलीवर इट एट अ रीजनेबल कॉस्ट। That's a difficult proposition. I am just putting a demand across. What I'm trying to say is, आज पैरा is a story. We are selling the achievements of our own people as a success story much more than the able-bodied. But उसको भी सर्विसिंग जरूरत है. This is a whole thing, of course, at the best possible economical rates. So we need to get these things actionalized in our own market, that market grows. एंड उसको एक्शनाइज करने के लिए जो एक पैराफिनेलिया चाहिए होता है वो सब इंडिया में अवेलेबल है, पैच वर्क में अलग अलग। दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। समथिंग लाइक आपको कोचिंग करनी है तो कोचिंग तो हमारी IIT और नीट की भी होती है, सब ऑनलाइन कन्वर्ट कर गई थैंक्स टू कोविड। यू एक्चुअली हैव एवरीथिंग ऑनलाइन। So we are talking of online coaching. I am not talking of the elite level stuff. I am talking about quite a starting level. Now a boy wants to venture out and think. Abhi still he's in school. If he's in a metro city and his parents can afford, they can afford to send him to one of the academies nearby. So he goes and gets a sample only of that place. But if he wants a second version to understand more, these are all the high-tech things apps pe available. We just need to unlock that. I think the ingredients are all there. We need to cook it through. The whole idea is that sports science, you need a secondary advice. It's nutrition. I think slimming dietitians have gone online a lot. Sports dietitians haven't. I haven't heard of many great success stories on that. So the whole idea is that we need to unlock these kind of things. मसाले आ गए, ingredient आ गए हैं, अब recipes बनानी हैं, and we are sitting right now at a cusp of history that probably from here onwards, as you said, we'll see only a trajectory above. For rest, I'll come back later.
Great. Thank you, Shobhit ji. Thank you for pointing out that government has really recognized the importance of the sector, and also pointing out a lot of masalas which are now available for our budding entrepreneurs to pick up on and serve the opportunity we have. Why don't I bring you as well, Mr. Krishna Vinilji? You want to talk something about how you see the opportunity for our entrepreneurs to then respond to, and how is government thinking about it?
Thank you. Actually, I have just joined the ministry, so I'm looking at this more like an orientation course, quick crash course for me on this sector. So I have come more to hear than to, because I have no insights to offer. But I have been associated with the sports sector. I've been there in Odisha looking after sports for some time. So many familiar faces are also there, people whom we work with. So while being in the field, in the sports field, one thing that I always used to wonder is why is sports so expensive? Because for anything, we used to have large number of coaching programs, whether it's infrastructure or competitions or grassroots level coaching. There's a lot of things that we need to do, and we need to support the athletes. So there I always used to wonder why most of the sports equipment is expensive, and invariably we used to import most of it. So one, how do we reduce the cost? Because it has to be more accessible for everybody. So there it is also very clear that because it is not manufactured within the country, many of this is all kind of a licensed products, and imported materials is imported. So that was what was making it quite expensive at the ground level. Also, again, during the COVID itself, we were struggling. In fact, some of our associates at that time were there. We were preparing for the World Cup, hockey, and other events. So to get the say hockey turf done or something, it was a big logistical challenge because the world was closed, but we are nearing our deadline. So most of our energy was going in trying to how to figure out from where the material will come, how it will go to the manufacturing base. I think it was in Germany, I think, from where it was coming. But the material was going all the way from China, and then we were struggling, not knowing when it will come and we'll be able to do our stadiums and infrastructure ready. So also after that, for the installation, again, we had to wait for people coming from Australia. They will be on site, and then so it's again something that I was thinking that why can't we actually do all these things in India? What is stopping us from doing it? So this was the background in which I came to this conclave also to understand what are the constraints. I'm sure we as a country have the ability to do all these things. It's only a matter of all of us together figuring it out the best way forward. As Shobhi sir has just mentioned, the policy has very clearly made its intention. The government's intention is very clear. I have just joined 2-3 weeks back, but I have heard from the Honorable Minister, from our secretary so many times that we need to do something about the sports goods sector. And they mentioned also that now from DPIT it is going to be directly our responsibility, and therefore no longer we can say that it's something that is to be done by different departments. So I think it's all aligning well, and with Commonwealth coming up and potentially the Olympics as well, we are in that decade in which the focus on sports is going to be massive investments, both from the government sector and I'm sure from the private and community level as well. So I think the market is expanding, and it's not only about catering to our own domestic market. I'm sure with the kind of base we have and the potential that we have, we should be able to become like a hub for the so many products for export orientation as well. And just a last point that the ministry is also organizing along in partnership with Sportscom and other industry associations. We are having a conclave on August 30th, as part of our National Sports Day celebrations on the sports goods manufacturing and services. So we have sent invitations to many of the industrial partners. But in case if you have missed out, I will request Sportscom, in case any of them would like to attend, if they can reach out to Sportscom and give their intention, we'll be more than happy to host and listen to your views and see how we can collaborate together and make this sector more vibrant with support of the central government, state government, and all the associations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vinayji, for your kind words. And you have asked the question of the industry that why couldn't we be making these astroturfs and other similar equipment or accessories in India? So I would turn back to industry. And also, Shobhit ji had raised a question around why can't our quality be world class, right? Why can't we be raising our standards to world class level? So I think this is a good time to hear from representatives of the industry that, are we there? Maybe Rajesh ji, I bring you in. What do you think? You have built quality products, both in terms of how much further we have to go, and then advice to the entrepreneurs here. जो लोग नए लोग इसमें आ रहे हैं, आप उनसे क्या कहेंगे कि where do they need to start off on some of this challenge? कि quality, मतलब पहले दिन से quality कैसे लाई जाए? Because when you are trying to compete, you are saying, let me save every rupee and make something which will just about be acceptable. How do you bring about this quality mindset from day one, which will allow us to win globally?
So, if I may, I would like to clear this perception that we are not making quality goods. And we have been not making it since recently, but we have been making it for decades and decades. There was a long time back a brand called Chakravarti, which was played in Olympics for 7 consecutive Olympics. And only other company which is matches that record is probably Adidas with their balls. And then the question of certification came, and suddenly all these brands were out. Rugby World Cup. The ball used in Rugby World Cup is made in India. My company and even Neeraj's company are approved by the highest authority in football, which is FIFA, and FIFA Pro category, which is the highest. There's nothing about that. Similarly, FIBA, Basketball Federation Category 1 is the highest. There's nothing about that. So there are two ways. First of all, we failed in passing that message to the general audience. Number two, even since very recently there was and still is a perception in the mind of buyers that what is produced in India is not good enough. Tomorrow, small, very simple products. If we had recently had a yoga event. So if there was a rule that all the mats used in India by every state and every union buying was made in India, the industry would have flourished in India overnight. And I would give you another example. 2 years back, FIFA presented 1 million balls to India, and we happily accepted those 1 million balls, footballs. Those were low quality balls made in China, made in Pakistan and Vietnam. So good, we got 1 million ball, but our production reduced by 1 million ball. Indian football manufacturers couldn't sell those 1 million ball because it was replaced by something which was a very cheap product, very bad product made in different country. So I think from the buyer perspective, we should think many times over that can we put, like in footwear, there has been a condition ISI approval. There has been a condition in toys, anti-dumping. If that is put into the Indian system, the industry would boom overnight. थोड़ी देर पहले अभी पॉइंट आया था कि हम डंबल्स और वेट लिफ्टिंग सेट्स क्यों इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. हम इसलिए नहीं इंपोर्ट कर रहे कि इंडिया में बन नहीं रहे, मगर इंडियन मैन्युफैक्चरर के पास वो दम नहीं है कि उनको जाके सर्टिफिकेशन कर लें जो शायद 30-40 लाख रुपए की होगी. हम 1 करोड़ रुपए का वेट लिफ्टिंग सेट इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और इंडिया में वो 20 लाख का मिल जाएगा. और अगर हम सरकार ये कहते हैं कि 10 लाख रुपया जो सर्टिफिकेशन का है 3 महीने में ले आओ तो पैसे हम देंगे. द गवर्नमेंट वुड सेव buy 2 sets with the same amount of money. So these are, I'll give you an example. Boxing gloves. आज दुनिया की जो बॉक्सिंग ग्लव्स यूज़ होते हैं ओलंपिक्स में या एशियन गेम्स में, they are made in India most of the time, but none of the Indian brands are there because Indian brands feel it's too expensive to get the certification on the boxing gloves. So if there is a restriction and a notification by the authorities that the things which are produced in India and can be certified should be bought only from India, this industry has a potential to change in less than 6 months.
Thank you. As I understood it, 2 very specific asks. So one is we need help with certifications, which are expensive. And second, we need some kind of support from the government in terms of using India-made products when they are available to global standards, which we believe in many categories we do. I think these are very useful specific asks. On that note, let me turn to you, नीरज जी. आपने ऐसी ब्रांड बनाई है जो यहाँ पर सभी लोग सालों से जानते हैं. If there is one sports brand I have known when I was very young, it's your brand. तो आप बताइए, how did you build this brand? What can you tell us about consciousness about quality, single-minded focus on quality? और अब हम इसको आपके हिसाब से इसको दुनिया में जीतने के लिए अब हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा?
Thank you, Piyush ji. Thanks a lot. First of all, members of DICE, I'm very thankful for whatever insights they've shared, the government's perspective by Shobit ji and Vinil ji. And I think they have a very valid point. And I just wanted to tell you one thing, that we are elephants but fit. So we can take on the job very well and we can adapt to a lot of things. Having said that, I think जो certifications की बात की है, yes, I agree, and branding की बात की है, yeah, we need help there. I think there is another structural problem with a lot of things, is that if we talk of the taxation structure, that needs to be rationalized. Products need to be made more affordable. Fitness per se has to be worked upon. तो फिटनेस प्रोडक्ट सस्ते होने चाहिए. एक बच्चा जो सबसे पहला प्रोडक्ट एक माँ बाप उनको लेके देता है, वो एक जंप रोप होती है कि भाई हाइट बढ़ेगी, चलेगी, उसके ऊपर 18% टैक्स है. तो why should you have that tax? You are taxing health, you are taxing everything. I think structurally कम होना चाहिए. I think that one thing should be there. Second thing is that I'm trying to compete on China now. I was we were exporting big volumes. We were OEM to Adidas and Reebok, and that's where that quality, we understood the quality right from where we started from, and we believed always that we should make. And today we are relevant is because we've been times and times over invested in our processes, in our design, something which we have adapted from the outside market, and also to that extent we have learned, we have skilled ourselves to become able, and that's the biggest achievement of ourselves, that we are able today to take on the world competition. We can say proudly today, nobody can compete and come and say, no, our product is better than yours. We are equally, if not better. We are equal, if not better, on most of the companies. So you need to understand where you invest your time and your resources of your company. You need to put all in, and it goes for all the startups here also who have come, and with a relevant topic, we are understanding that we need to understand what we deliver to our consumer. And as long as we are relevant, and as long as we are India is a price conscious country, so you have to understand within that price level, you have to give the best quality. For that price level, you have to give that value creation has to be done. And people also recognize over time. अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी कम चीज़ दोगे या अच्छा माल दोगे, लोग छोड़ देंगे, दूसरा ले लेंगे. So I think that is something that you have to be very, very, your integrity on quality has to be there, your focus has to be there. So that is a no-brainer on that. But second, जो बड़ी important चीज़ मैं कहना चाहूँगा, मैं कह रहा हूँ कि टैक्स के बाद second चीज़ है कि हम जो raw material है वो हमको महंगा मिलता है. Why we are not able to crack the international market is that we today are having prices of our materials much higher than what is available to our competitors like China, like Vietnam, like anything. Even after the COVID, we had this brilliant opportunity to take this China plus one policy, and entire Europe and America were gunning in कि भाई India will come up, but surprisingly, Vietnam has taken the cake. They walked away with most of the investments, they walked away with most of the sales, and India is in a lurch that what to do. And it is just because we are not able to support our structure for manufacturing here. Look at the other part of logistics. You walk into any of logistics or transportation or roads, what you call it, आज आप यहाँ पे दिल्ली में चले जाओ मायापुरी एंड यू गो वॉक इनटू इट, दिस इज नॉट अ इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट. यू वॉक कंपैरिजन टू एनी स्टेट, यू गो इन वियतनाम और इन चाइना, you will see the difference. You will see the difference right in front of you, that what exactly they are offering you. So that is something they need to work on. Today I need to make a shipment out of India. It takes me 7 days from Jalandhar or from Meerut, or 10 days does it take for the goods from going from my facility and going on board a vessel, and versus a 3-day period for China or a 2-day period. So 7 days of inventory, 7 days of time is a big turnaround time for anybody, and they would not, it's unacceptable by the bigger brands. So that is also another reason for us not to have that. Another thing why we were successful is that we were able to customize also our offering to a lot of people. So whatever best we knew, Indian people are pretty much smart. They know how to position themselves. हम भी आज relevant हैं तो इसलिए हैं कि भाई हम बना के दे पाए वो चीज़, and we were able to give those what they wanted. So we customized ourselves very well instead of falling for that whole big sale productions. And तो हमने वो देखा कि छोटे ऑर्डर ले लो, let's customize our market, and even that was a big market. It still is. तो वो ऐसा नहीं है अभी टीम को 24 जर्सी चाहिए या उसको पूरे साल के लिए 100 चाहिए, 200 चाहिए, 400 चाहिए, 500 चाहिए. We are able to give it to them. The whole idea is that we have to also able to do, किसी को women's का कट चाहिए, किसी को colors चाहिए. There are a lot of things which need to be done. So we are able to do that. So I think that's also one reason of us being relevant till now. Another point I want to make over here is about our product design and our skill set. These are two very big factors you have to work upon to make yourself presentable, to make the products which are needed right now. Say like example, fitness product hai. So fitness product, if it's going to home, then you need to make sure that the space, it's a safe space. You save space there. It's a safe spacing equipment. So lot of people, they make something without realizing that what am I trying to do. Then it has to be user friendly. That the right button, it has to be there. It should be ergonomically designed. Everything has to follow. So designing is a very, very important part of any product that we do. And I think we somehow miss out. We bring out the same product, but somehow it misses out on a lot of these things. And then the finishing, then the quality, and that everything needs to be top notch so that everyone who sees, touches, that feel. So as long as we are able to put these things together and connect all these things right from the designing stage, and then comes the efficiency part. I think new of the startups and everything and all of them can perhaps give a lot of their inputs on making productivity and efficiency as their key things which will help them to scale up their productions and put them across to the entire world to make sure that you are globally competitive on their products. And finally, I would also say that we also worked on a lot of sustainable work, and we wanted to use a lot of material which can be recycled, reprocessed, also taking care of the eco-friendliness of the product. So I think by far this is what things that we worked on and we are relevant today. Thank you.
So what I took away, a couple of things for industry to keep in mind. Be focused on quality and innovation. And a very good tip which many Chinese companies have anyway followed, that learn from the best and then build your own capability. So no shame in collaborating, partnering with the companies which are ahead of the curve, and then quickly catch up. And I would also just recap 3 specific asks you had from the government, which will help you catch up. One was around raw material. You need to ensure that the raw material to our players is available at competitive prices, and it might have implications around trade policies around some of our raw material. Second is high quality industrial infrastructure. When international buyers come to our industrial estates, they should feel वो टूटी रोड और पानी वानी भरा होगा, कचरा होगा, तो इवन इनसाइड दैट इफ द कंपनी इज डूइंग गुड वर्क, उनका क्वालिटी इंप्रेशन बाहर ही खत्म हो जाता है कि इस कचरे के बीच में हाउ कैन द कंपनी बी डूइंग गुड क्वालिटी वर्क. लॉट ऑफ आवर इंडस्ट्रियल एस्टेट्स वी नो आर इन पुअर शेप, and I think we just need to work on that. And third is logistics. That we need to work. I mean, a lot of work has happened on this area, on ports and roads, but we need to further improve our logistics efficiency to bring it to the stated goal of the government to bring it below 8%. Shiv Prakash ji, last but not the least, I think you are covering a slightly different segment, as I understand it, apparel and sportswear related goods. If you can share some thoughts on that what is the opportunity you are seeing in this segment for our startups to win globally, और फिर इसको कैसे किया जा सकता है? I know we are running out of time, so I would invite you to make your comments, and then if we have time, we can take one or two questions from the audience so that I hog all the questions.
Okay, thank you. I will not take much time because I'm basically in sports also and out of sports also. Basically, we are the garment manufacturer, making up to the standard, international standard required by the athletes. For as Shobhit Jain sir told very clearly that you have to be quality conscious. Yes, if we are because of the very big market, India itself is a very, very big market, and we are all our competitors. We are all competitors, but as a good friends, and we are working to improve the quality. All are working to improve the quality, and most of us are now making international standard garments in India. And because of competition, we are quality conscious, price conscious, and because India itself is a very big market, so we are. I personally feel we are much better than, or not much better, but at least we are very much compatible with China. The thing is, for the new comers who want to come into this business of the sports garments, it's not a very high tech science or nothing is there. Only sincerity is required. If they want to start with some one club or two club, they can start, and slowly once they achieve that kind of quality and the satisfaction and comfort with the team, then they can go up for export also. Because nowadays it's very, very common. Most of the foreign clubs, they are buying product from India, and the quantity is not very big. Because small quantity, we are more attractive than China. China, nobody will give you supply for 200 t-shirts, but here we can supply 200 t-shirts also. So we are competitive, and we can make profit. For the beginners, this is my suggestion. They can start slowly by this. And just I will not miss this opportunity to say a request to the government, because now I can see that Vinil Krishna ji has joined here. They lift the hockey India because of Odisha government. The hockey has taken the golds in Olympics 2 times. It is only because of Odisha government. And sir is having wonderful knowledge, and I appreciate his administration, and I have told everywhere, wherever I go to any other place, the kind of administration which I have seen under him, wonderful, 100% perfection, quality, time delivery, that kind of thing is there. Now he has joined our Delhi. I am from Sportscom. I can assure you, all of you, that he understands sports very much, though he may be saying it's just for first time he's joining, but he understands sports, and we will all be always going to get a very good blessing from him and support from him that I expect. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Shiv Prakash ji. I think some very specific practical advice for entrepreneurs in the sports apparel segment. Maybe on the sidelines you can share some of your secret mantra कि वो 1-2 club से order कैसे लाना है to start with. But I have lots of questions, and really unfortunate that we are almost out of time. But if there are just 1 or 2 questions, if we have time, we can take any specific things. Keep your question brief, please, and you know.
I'm from AIC and अभी soon हमने अभी semiconductor
So, sir, industry role is very important to nurture the startup right now. We are discussing with the industries. अभी हमने Cadence के साथ एक announcement किया है. The semiconductor segment में हम उनके साथ एज इंक्यूबेशन आए हैं. Cadence ने पूरा सपोर्ट किया है for the 2.5 year of program with us कि हम सेमीकंडक्टर्स में कई स्टार्टअप्स पिलर खड़े करेंगे और कई फंडिंग पार्ट पे अदर पार्ट्स पे जहाँ पे मेन इंपॉर्टेंट है Cadence सामने आया है. सो एज ए इंडस्ट्री प्लेयर्स आप लोग स्पोर्ट्स सेगमेंट्स में अगर कुछ फंडिंग पार्ट्स पे यू आर ओपन टू कम विद अस टू नर्चर द स्टार्टअप्स, वी एज अ इंक्यूबेशन पार्टनर विद अस एंड द गवर्नमेंट एज अ policy holders or the government grants as well as we will infuse. So are you open to discuss further on the on that segment sites so that we can create and the sport tech startups in the market in next 1 to 2 years?
Yes, yes. If anything is there good for the sports development business, will be there.
We are open to discuss the challenges of the industries क्योंकि you are industries guys on the leadership positions. You know the key challenges over there. We can discuss that challenges and we can include those challenges and float in the market. Those are innovators working in the silos. बहुत सारे startups silos में काम करते रहते हैं सर tier 2 and tier 3 cities में. लेकिन जब industries अपने challenges के साथ आगे आती है और we as a incubation partner हम challenges को nurture करते हैं तो वो लोग come up आते हैं. तो इस पार्ट पे मतलब we can discuss.
You can connect separately. I mean, obviously they are open, and you should share more about the kind of innovation you are leading. I'm sure industry will be open to taking. I'm told we are out of time. Unfortunately, I know there are many questions. Hopefully, there could be some time for offline questions.
Thank you, sir. So may I request Mr. Neeraj Jain to felicitate our esteemed guests of honor and present our token of appreciation to Mr. Shobhit Jain, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Mr. R. Vinil Krishna, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. May I request Mr. Rajesh Kharbanda to felicitate our distinguished panelists and present our token of appreciation to Mr. Piyush Doshi, Operating Partner, the Convergence Foundation. To Mr. Neeraj Jain, Director, Costco India. Mr. Rakesh Kohli, Managing Director, Stag International. Mr. Shiv Prakash Singh, Managing Director, Shiv Naresh. May I now request Mr. Shiv Prakash Singh to felicitate Mr. Rajesh Kharbanda and present our token of appreciation. Thank you to our esteemed panelists.